Hello everyone. Today we are going to see orthographic projection. What are orthographic projection? When a shape is converted into a form, shape is nothing but a two-dimensional object which has an x-axis and y-axis. But when it's converted into a three-dimensional object, it becomes a form. The shape becomes a form. The form has x-axis, y-axis, and again z-axis, which is a three-dimensional object. Such three-dimensional objects are called as orthographic projections. There are many types of orthographic projections, but generally we will be studying about the 3D objects, and we are going to study everything around it. So let's start the class.
Shapes and forms. Okay, shapes are the two-dimensional objects, whereas forms are the three-dimensional objects, like I previously told you. So first, to start with, let's start with the basic shape square, for which the form is a cube. I think you all will be familiar with the cube. It's a dice, right? So it's a two-dimensional and that's a three-dimensional. Now let's go for another shape, rectangle. So for that, the three-dimensional object is going to be, the form will be a cuboid. Okay, for square it's cube, and for rectangle it's cuboid. And the next one is going to be triangle. Triangle, if you think of a triangle, it's a triangular prism. I think you can imagine a kaleidoscope, which you all might have seen. Okay, it's a triangular prism. We have also learned in physics, right? It's a kaleidoscope. Okay, similarly, we have for hexagon and pentagon also. It's hexagonal prism and pentagonal prism kind of things. Okay, we have parallel projections, like with parallel lines we project it and make a 3D form. So the other shapes are also there, right? I just want you guys to make a tabular column. Draw the shape on one side and the form on the other side for all the shapes. Okay, I will give you some shapes, and if you also want to try for some other shapes, you can just try it. Square, rectangle, triangle, circle, and the circle will become a cylinder. Okay, just think on it. And hexagonal prism. So for these 5 shapes, you can also think of trapezium, parallelogram. If you can do it, it's well and good, try it. Now we'll detailedly see about a 3D object. Okay, for example, let's take a cube. So if you take a cube, it's a 3D object, the form of a square shape. Okay, so that surface, square surface on the top, it's there, right? That's called as a surface. That flat surface is called as a surface. Similarly, the other faces, all the other sides are called as faces, surfaces. Yes, faces are also there. That face is called as surface. Okay, and when the line which connects the two surfaces is called as edge. Okay, the edge of the surface, it's called as edges. Okay, and when 3 edges meet at a point, that point is called as node or vertices. Node or vertices. Understood? So surface, edges, and vertices. Understood? Every 3-dimensional object will have all these. Okay? Surface, edges, and nodes. Okay. So we'll have to count the number of surfaces, edges, and nodes. Okay. So what are the number of surfaces in the given object? We'll have some questions in that way. So let's count. Confusion in counting, you can just number it 1, 2, 3, 4 on that side, 5 will be on the rear, and 6 is on the bottom. Okay, so 6 surfaces. Yes, and edges. We have like 1, 2, 3, 4 edges on the top and 4 on the bottom, and 4 on the parallel as the parallel lines. So totally 12 edges. And number of nodes, 1, we can just round it off for clarification. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1 at the back, 8. So totally 8 nodes. So this kind of questions we'll get. They'll give some random 3-dimensional orthographic projection and ask us to find the number of surfaces or edges and nodes. Okay, I think you guys will be clear with this. Now I'll give an exercise for this, guys. Just note it down. You'll have to make a tabular column. Okay. Like the previous, I told the previous tabular column, right? The similar one, but we'll extend it, okay? You don't have to do that separately. So you'll have the first column, shape, then form, square and cube, and the number of surfaces, number of edges, and number of nodes. Okay, this will be the tabular column. You can combine both, okay? So the first one is going to be a square, the form is going to be a cube, right? And the surface, number of surface, you remember, it's 6, and edges will be 12, and nodes are going to be 8. Yes. So this is the first one. For square, you can just name it near. And next is going to be rectangle and triangle, circle, and hexagon. So this way you guys are going to do a exercise for me. Okay, if you want, you can add some more shapes, and you can just find it out how it's going to be. Okay, this is the first exercise I'm giving you.
The questions in orthographic projections are not only going to be based on the surfaces, edges, and nodes. Okay, the other type is, I'll explain through this cuboid. Let's take a cuboid, and this is going to be the top view of the cuboid. Okay, top view, which means we see from the top what we are going to see. That's the top view. Whatever we are seeing from the top is going to be the top view, and this is going to be the front view of the object, which is also called as the elevation, front elevation. And this side is going to be the side view. Okay, what we see from that side. If we stand in front of that, what we see. And behind is the rear view, which is the back side view. Okay, and the other side is going to be side 2 view. Another side, okay, we can name it as side 2. That's it. Okay, basically these are the sides we are going to see. We'll be able to see the base is going to be flat, right? So now let's see the top view. The top of a cuboid is going to be a plain rectangle. Okay, nothing else. Okay, and the front view, I'll just shade the top view. And next, the front view. Front view is also going to be another rectangle. Okay, and that can be also shaded. You can just shade and imagine if you you're standing in front of the object. Okay, next it's going to be the other side. It's actually a smaller side. Okay, the rectangle, the breadths are narrower, right? So it's a smaller rectangle. That's it. Okay, so this is how we make the front view, top view, and side view. You can hatch it off in a different way. That's it, guys. Okay, understood? Top view, front view, and side view. For cube and cuboid, it's going to be very simple and plain. Now let's break the cuboid. Okay, we can just subtract a small part, small square, a cube from the cuboid. A small cube is being detected from the cuboid. See if you are understanding what I'm doing. Yeah, now you can get it. A small cube has been taken off from the cuboid. Now, the top view, front view and side view is going to change. Let's see the front view. For the front view, see that portion is going to be cut. We'll get some a U shape, right? A U shaped thing only we are getting, and the space behind. After we are taking the cube, we have a small space behind, right? I'll just differentiate with a color with it. This part, right, that part is also being seen, right, though it's behind. When we stand in the front, we'll be able to see these images. So this line, that line denotes that that object is behind. Okay, so this is what is the front view. Now after the subtraction, now let's go to the top view. So from the top view, again the same C-shaped thing and one small square which has been cut off. Right? Am I right? So you can differentiate with the color. You see that I'll make it pink, and this is also pink. So that part is that part. Okay, you're getting it. This is going to be the top view. And now the side view, it's nothing. We don't have any changes, so that's same. Maybe we can denote the cut in a dotted line, but it's not necessary, but just for your idea. Okay, this is how the view is.
Now let's try another object. Okay, say a cuboid. We'll draw a cuboid first, and a triangular piece. Okay, it's a small piece which is attached along with it. It's a triangular piece, right? Can you see? It's a triangular prism but placed in another format. It's like rotated and placed down there. Okay, that's a triangular thing. Understood, guys? Okay, it's a right angle triangular prism which is placed on the floor, on the ground, close to a cuboid. So for that, the top view, how the top view is going to be? Yes, and yes, the front view and the side view also. Yeah, we'll have to do. If we take a top view, that's the slanting portion. Okay, you can just try it at home also. You can just slant a rectangular portion and see how it looks from the top. Okay, now the top view, the cuboids, the rectangle is going to be the same. Okay, that part, and this part is going to be like another rectangle only. Okay, understood, guys? It's because it's slope, it doesn't look like a triangle from top, right? It's again going to be just like a rectangle. I think you guys understood. Okay, that part. Okay, and now I'll shade it off. And if you think of a mountain, guys, it's a slopey thing only. It's like a cone. But you look from long, it just looks like a triangle for you. Similarly, the curve or the slope will look like a plain thing only. So now this front elevation, this part and this triangle is going to be visible. Understood? I think it's clear. That's it. Okay, it's clear, right? That only that part you'll be able to see when you stand there. I'm shading it off. Clear? The same mountain logic. You can see only one side. The other slanting side you can't be seeing it, right? So that's why we are not able to see the slant, because it's on the same axis. Now we'll go for the other elevation. So for that, we'll have this smaller rectangle and this slope again. We already had the slope for the top elevation, right? That place and this are same. Again, for this side elevation, for top we had it. For this side elevation also, we are having it. So how does it look like? Okay, that part, that rectangle and this one, both together. So it's going to be a rectangle first, yes, and another one close by. That's it, no changes. It has same baseline and same top line, so it's similar, only the center line is going to be different. Understood? It's very easy, guys. I think you can understand it, right? You can differentiate with colors and see. It's going to be very easy. Now let's see, for example, I'm putting a small cylindrical thing on the top of the cuboid, okay? A small cylindrical lid or something, okay? I'm just keeping it on the cuboid. So how does it look from the top view? Yes, it's going to, we'll be just seeing a circular thing, right? It doesn't touch the edges of the cuboid, so it's not touching there. It's a cylinder, it's not touching the edges, so it's put on the center. So understood? So cylinder will look circular in the top, right? You can check at your home. Next we'll go for the front elevation. So what happens now? From the front, yes, we'll be seeing only the rectangle. Cylinder, the slope of the cylinder will not be seen. The cylinder is like this, and you'll be seeing only the rectangle. Okay, it's only the rectangle. So that's why we are seeing the rectangle for this top. Okay, understood, guys. I think it's easy. Next we'll go for the side elevation. What happens in the side elevation? The cylinder is placed on the cuboid. So again, it's going to be the rectangle. A cylinder from any side, we'll just see only the rectangle except from the top and bottom. So for this side also, it's a rectangle on top of the cuboid. Okay, I think it's clear, guys. Okay, now I'll give an exercise for this type of questions, okay? The elevation, the top view, front view, side views. Make a tabular column again, and you can write the question on, I'll give you some, I'll send you the questions through the app. So the question and the top view answer and the front view answer and next the side view. You just have to make the tabular column. Understood? And the questions, yes, I'll send you around 24 questions which are very easy and some 12 questions which are little complicated, okay? Anyway, it's going to be easy only. Anytime you can contact me for doubts. For now, I'm just drawing a sample like how to fill up the tabular column. So the first one is going to be, I think you'll be finding this question also in your assignment, homework, okay? It's like two steps I've drawn, okay? So the top view is going to be, you'll be able to see only two top parts, two rectangles, that one and this one, okay? Only that you're going to see. Clear? Two rectangles together you'll be seeing. And now front view. If you go for front view, again you're going to see two rectangles, but those are two different rectangles. Okay, understood? And now side view. If you go for side view, you're going to see some L-shaped thing, right? Only that is going to be visible. Clear? So this is how we are going to fill the tabular column. Okay, you don't have to be very stingy. Draw கொஞ்சம் பெருசாவே வரீங்க. It's going to be very easy only. If any doubt, if you have any doubt, you can just mark it out and let me know through the app, or you can contact anyone and we'll just discuss how all the doubts. That's it, guys. Do the homework and just share it here.